Hello, Flosstube. Today is Saturday, November 14th. I should remember yesterday was Friday the 13th. Saturday, November 14th. And my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. Let me move this a little closer because I'm kind of getting cut off somehow. And this is my Flosstube number 141. Channel about cross stitch, in case you're here accidentally. Welcome back to my subscribers, and hello to any new viewers out there who have stumbled across this channel in whatever manner. Like I said, this is a channel about cross stitch, so we're gonna get into it. And I don't really have a whole lot to show because I've been kind of concentrating on a couple of whips that hopefully one of them I will finish up hopefully this weekend, and then I'm still plugging away at the other one, and I have a little bit of haul and an Etsy update that I will do at the end. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started on my whips. So I've been working on, as I've talked about before, on this wolf kit from Bucilla. And like I said before, it's very pixelated. You can kind of see in here there's just all kinds of different colors involved, and some of these are blended threads, and then I haven't gotten to the back stitching yet, but you can see here there's a lot of just, whisker like hair things all around here that are back stitched. And I was kind of trying to look at this because in the chart there are different colors of back stitch, and so like there's some that are black or darker colors or whatever, and there's supposedly some white back stitching in here. Oh, maybe up here in the ears, but they're really hard to tell on the chart from what's listed and then what's on the pattern itself. It's like I can't tell that. I'm gonna have to look at the picture a lot to sort of figure out where they go. Anyway, so this is the progress that I made, and I took it off the hoop again because you can see, because you can't see the whole thing when it's in the hoop. Try to get this thread in the back. So I finished. I finished the other lighter color of the tree. I still have to do the whole trunk, but so this lighter color is finished all the way down the one side, and I did this darker color here, a lot of that, and the white on his cheeks. So I still have there's a lot of different colors here, and there's a section in between his ears here that is this color here, but it's again far away from anything I can count from easily. So, but I've got a lot done, and on these little dark stitches here, this darkest color, I think I've got it all done where it occurs, and I had this little section here with just a handful of stitches, just like 5 stitches, and this little section here that has like 6 stitches, right? So I had one piece of thread that was left over from doing one of these larger sections, and it was like maybe 6 inches long or longer maybe, of 2 pieces where I had cut it off. And I usually use the loop method, and especially for colors like this that are not they're not fancy floss colors or whatever. So I just fold the thing in half, and there's a loop on one end, and that's how I anchor the first stitch. So I thought, well, I can take these 2 strands and double each one over, and just do, they're long enough to do a handful of stitches. And so I had separated the 2 threads, and I had done the one and did the 6 stitches. And then I don't know if I got interrupted or what happened, but then I went to do the other half, and I couldn't find the other piece of thread. And I thought, well, I know I put it right here. And I looked all around, and I thought, maybe, did it get stuck to something? Did it get stuck to another bag? Did it get stuck to my clothes? And I even asked my sister, I come out here to, I don't know, go to the bathroom or something. And I asked my sister, do I have a piece of thread stuck to me somewhere? Like on the back of my shirt, or I actually took off my shirt in my room, took off my shirt and looked all over my shirt. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find this little piece of thread anywhere. And I didn't want to, the alternative was to start a new, I had a new length of thread. These are kit threads, so they're already cut. And it's not a big deal, because I could have used that, that length of thread and just, gotten it over with. But I didn't want to, because that's the way my brain works. I wanted to use this little piece of thread that I'd saved, because it was just long enough that I could do the 5 stitches and just throw away the end and be done with it. And I would still have, these longer threads. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're from a kit, and it's not like I'm going to, use them somewhere else or whatever. But anyway, so finally I just gave up, and I went ahead and used this long piece of thread for 5 stitches. And then, so that was a few days ago, and then just yesterday, I found that little piece of thread roaming around. So it was stuck to like a cushion on my bed or whatever, and that's all see the way it is. Anyway, but I think I did finish all the instances of this dark color here. So it's, I'm still plugging away on it, and it's coming along, but so, and I'm kind of a color completist in a way, and so it's a little difficult with something like this because of the way it's designed, whatever. But so I'm working on finishing more of this color here. But this is like a blended thread, so it's one strand of this and one strand of something else, and so it's kind of, it takes a lot of planning, because I have to make sure that I'm not missing one of those stitches. So anyway, I worked on that, and I worked on it until I guess from last Saturday, whatever, through Tuesday. And then the second half of the week, I moved on. And the reason I moved on was on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Yeah. I had no. When did I switch? Monday. Let me think for a minute. I want to say no, maybe. Because on Monday, I went to get a blood test. And I wanted something simple to take with me. Yeah, maybe it was Monday. So I worked on the wolf through the weekend. Anyway, I anticipated kind of a long waiting in this lab, because it was, I assumed it would be busy, and so I wanted something simple that I could take with me, because always bring cross stitch, ABC, and so I took this project because it was just, I was doing something simple. I took this mouse of the house, little freebie, because I was working on this pumpkin, and it was just stitching one color row after row, whatever. And as it turns out, I didn't wait that long. So I had I was in and out of the lab pretty quickly. But anyway, I had my stitching. And so then I just kept working on it all this. I thought maybe I could finish it this past week. And I'm almost done. And I could probably finish it today if I really concentrate. But so this is the progress I made on Mouse of the House. I did his little, last time I think I was working on this orange, part. This is what I was doing at the doctor's office. And then I just continued. So now I just finished today, last night, finished this lighter orange color and the lighter color in the acorn that he's got. He's wearing his little scarf. It's such a cute mouse. This is a Twin Peak Primitives freebie from their website that I downloaded. And so there's the pumpkin vine and his tail. So all I have left is just these two, this lighter orange color and these two little sections. And it'll be done. And I plan to backstitch some just lettering, simple lettering under here, Mouse House, MAUSHAUS. My niece Hannah she just moved into her first apartment in Boston. This just a few months ago, last month, 2 months ago, 2 months ago, I guess it was, and she had a mouse in her apartment. And she called the apartment management, and they were supposed to send an exterminator, and at first it took them a while, I guess, and she had some mouse traps out there, and I think she one mouse was in a trap, and so she had to just dispose of him, and then she had another mouse, and the apartment management sent an exterminator, and the mouse died a very sad death. Anyway, so she's had mice in her apartment, and it's kind of a running joke. So I'm hoping to give this to her as part of her Christmas present. Anyway, so that's Mouse House. So that's really all I've worked on because like I said, I've been plugging away on Wolf, and now that mouse, the Mouse of the House is so close to being finished. I've been just concentrating on that, and I really only have Santa Knows, I think, is the only other pressing Christmas project I have, because it's a gift. And so I think if I can finish Wolf, which is the hard one, and Santa Knows it's not that difficult, but there's just a lot of stitching. And so it's now the middle of November. If I can finish Mouse House today, then Mouse of the House, then I've just got the two projects left for Christmas, and then I've got to have a finishing Palooza. I have some ideas, and I think I can pull it off. We'll see, but anyway, yeah, that's what I plan to do. So let's get to a little bit of haul. So I went to Hobby Lobby again. No, I did not go to Hobby Lobby. I went to Target. No, I went to Michael's. Sorry, Michael's. I don't even know where I've been. I went to Michael's, and it was kind of my own fault. I had to go to Walmart to get some prescriptions, and there's a Hobby Lobby next door to Walmart, but we didn't go to Walmart. And as I was leaving, I said to my sister, "We should go to Michael's. Let's go to Michael's." Because somebody had mentioned at one point, had mentioned stuff they bought at Michael's, and I kind of had sort of vague inkling of maybe some finishing stuff, you know, that I might look at Michael's to see if I had some any finishing inspirations or whatever, because I have a lot of finishing to do this for these Christmas projects. Anyway, so we went to Michael's, and in the bead section, got these little snowmen. They're so cute. This little green scarf, and his buttons. He's so cute. Look at that. I don't have any immediate plans, but so cute. And then these little turtles. And again, I don't have any immediate plans, but who could resist that? Look at that. They're so cute. They're just adorable. Anyway, so yeah. And then like I said, I was looking for finishing stuff, and they have these spools of ribbon, $14.99. It was a little bit expensive, and it doesn't really say exactly how much is on each roll. The total is 70 feet, but you know, there's several spools there, so they don't say how much is on each spool. But I liked the sort of, you know, sorry about the glare. There's the sort of old-fashioned looking, you know. There's this sort of tan-ish looking thing, and there's some jute there, and this not a bright. They had like They had a set of spools that was like very bright Christmas colors, you know, sort of slightly metallic, but also just brighter colors. And then they had one that was more along this line of reds and all that, but didn't have as much green. And there's those little trucks there with the Christmas tree. They're very popular for the last couple of years. But there's some little trees there, and then just green and red, and some buffalo check type stuff. And I think this one here is, yeah, you can kind of see. I think there's red. I don't know if that's just a red line. Yeah. And so anyway, so I got this box because you know, there's a lot of finishing things there. And then as I was on my way out, I spotted this little spool of twine, and somebody else had posted that they found at Hobby Lobby a set of 3 spools, you know, a red and white one like this, and a green and white one, and then a red and green one, I think, that were packaged together. And I kind of wish I had seen that, but at the same time, I like those spools that I found at Michael's. I think they worked out, look very nice. Anyway, so I bought that at Michael's, and then I downloaded some PDFs from Priscilla and Chelsea, the Stitching with the Housewives site, and they this Deck the Halls, they had featured it last week, I think, on their show, or last week or the week before, I don't know. But it's one of their, you know, What's in My Cup series, I guess, or Deck the Halls, or Holidays with the Housewives. I don't know. But anyway, it's Deck the Halls is the name of the chart. And these little chickens are decorating the Christmas tree, and it's, you know, they're right here, down here, and climbing up here, and sorry about that phone. But yeah, so it's really cute. I don't know when I'll get to it at some point. But then Chelsea had, not Chelsea, Priscilla had a birthday, and they posted this thankful, it's a little chart, it's a little freebie chart. So this was a freebie that was posted on, I think it was on Facebook, and then also on Priscilla's blog. So I downloaded those. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher, yay, came in the mail. Priscilla and Chelsea made the cover again, the cover girls again, and this adorable little snowman. Excuse me, what is it mean? Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So, again, the Stitching with the Housewives pattern is just adorable. There's I think it's a lamb, the weather vane. And there's some snowmen and some lambs and chickens and big snowflakes. Oh, there's a chicken right there. There's another chicken. Really, really cute. This is Punch Needle. It's adorable. This snowman. This is like a mini tree skirt. It's got a little cutout right here. I really like it. And if I did it, I think I would not do it as a tree skirt or anything. It's like a little mini tree skirt for a mini tree kind of thing. But I think I would do it more like maybe as an ornament. It could be kind of big for an ornament, but I don't know. But this is really cute too. And this is also Punch Needle. And it's got some just really, really nice designs. I like this one here. This is a Teresa Kogut design. And this is the Cecilia Turner, what's it called now? I don't think the title is not there. But there's just some adorable, there's a really cute design from Twin Peak Primatives. This little snowman he's relaxing there, chilling. He's chilling, lying down. There's cardinals resting on his rear end. But the Cecilia Turner chart in here is, let's see if I can find it real quick. Winter Cardinal Etching is what it's called. And there it is. Ooh, okay. Yeah. I don't think I have this cherry cobbler color. I don't know. I have some other reds. Like I have Ruby Slipper, which I think is a Weeks color. This is a Classic Colorworks color. But I have the Sticks and Twigs. And then I have the other pattern, the little bunny pattern. I think it's Spring Hair Etching, I think it's the name of it. And so, the piece of fabric that I did the Summer Catch Etching and Autumn Owl Etching on has enough room for those two other charts. They're the same size. That may or may not, the color of the fabric may or may not be appropriate for those. I'll have to look at it, but I like the idea of all four of them, even though two of them I'm planning to give away as gifts. But I like the idea of all four of them being on that same fabric. I don't know, but anyway, I was talking about how this is Punch Needle, this little polar bear over here. And there's some other, like this. There's some other Punch Needle projects in here. And I have been kind of toying with the idea of Punch Needle for quite some time, but I never really understood it well. I kind of did, and I kind of didn't, and I was kind of intimidated by it. But just recently, just the other day, I watched one of Vanna's tutorials on punch needle. She did. It was several months old. I think she did it 4 months ago. I think it's what the thing said. But it was, and she uses, an ultra punch, which I don't have. I have just a generic needle punch tool from Hobby Lobby, I think. But just understanding, how to thread it, how to use it, everything else. I just feel like I understand it better. And I'm less intimidated by it. So, and I had bought not too long ago because I guess when the fall issue of the magazine came out, there was one really adorable pattern in there that I really liked, and so whenever I get the time next year, right after Christmas, maybe, I want to do a punch needle project. The only question I have is, like, very many of the punch needle projects in that magazine call for Valdani threads, and I don't know how different they are. If there's, what the equivalents are for using DMC, for instance. There is a Valdani to DMC conversion chart I saw online somewhere, but I don't know, how good that is. Anyway, but so that's the next thing I want to look into. But yeah, I'm getting more and more. I'm getting closer to the idea of doing punch needle. It's still in my head, kind of in the background, but I still want to do that. Anyway, so the only other thing I have is Etsy shop update, and one of the things that my sister has been working on lately is a prototype for trying to design a vinyl front bag. And this is the one that she, another prototype that she had worked on. She had one that was smaller, and then this one here that's larger. My lovely assistant, she did this smaller one. Like I said, this is a prototype she was working on here. And and it has this little lovely turtle fabric. But anyway, that one's not, that's a prototype. And then this is another prototype, but it's basically a sellable thing. So I think it's eventually going to be in our Etsy shop. But it's got this lovely bear, outdoorsy bear fabric. And it's big enough. The reason this hoop is in here is that to demonstrate that it's big enough to put this is an 8-inch hoop. So it's not gigantic, and part of it is it's limited by this zipper area. But that's an issue with this bag, but it's not an issue with the other bag. But there's also a matching needle minder in here that is, if I can find it now, there it is. But it's a picture, it's a fabric cover button, but it's a picture of this bear from the fabric. So it matches the bag. So it's going to be eventually in the Etsy site, but it's like a one-of-a-kind bag because it's, like I said, it's a prototype kind of thing. So it's a little bit smaller, but it is big enough for an 8-inch hoop to go in. The other bag that we settled on is this with a deer, and as you can see, it's got a handle. But it's these sort of a Christmas pattern here with this reindeer on the inside, and then this snowflake, black and white snowflake fabric. It's actually, there's gold. I don't know, you can kind of see. The other snowflakes here, these little tiny snowflakes are gold, metallic looking things. So this, and I'm going to try to make a fabric covered button out of a magnet, needle minder, sorry, out of something from this. I don't know if these little deer heads they're too big, but I think this little flower right here, and these little cardinals, if I can find, isolate them for the thing, and then also these little, some of these snowflakes, you can make a needle minder out of those. So that's going to be going up in the Etsy shop shortly. It's not up there yet. And I made a bunch of needle minders. Excuse me 1 minute. I'll grab this noisy thing here. Needle minders. So I made a bunch of these fabric buttons here. There's some here that are Christmas themed. These over here. And there's two little snowmen down there. And then these are just sort of generic from some of the fabric scraps that we had. These are little, it's hard to see, but they're little scooters. We had some fabric that was like a Paris scene, and these little scooters were the only things that were really, because there were a lot of buildings and stuff, so they were kind of too big to really make it worthwhile, but these little scooters were the right size. And there's some little flowers here from that summery looking fabric, and then some bees and flamingos, and there's I think it's an ibis, that's what they're called. It's a little bird, a tropical bird, and some chickens, and this is a kitty cat. A mean kitty, look at those teeth. And there's a flower and some elephants. And then these are other needle minders that we have. Butterflies, these little stones, a couple of penguins, I'm trying to get this as a little unwieldy they're plastic, but they look like power shells. There's some paintings here. Initials. And these big cat eye things, they're big. Let's see if I can grab one here. They're big, but they're just kind of like paper. They're very light. Yeah, so for something like this, you'd have to put the needle, behind on the back for the magnet, because they're too thick for the needle can't feel the magnet through there. And the same thing with these little penguins. You'd have to put the needle in the back. But I think the rest of them, you can put the needle on the front if you want to. Anyway, so yeah, lots of needle minders to choose from in our Etsy shop. So the Etsy shop is Three Sisters Creative, and I'll put that in the link below. So anyway, that's excuse me, I'm using my clothes there. And there will be there's a set. I think I'd mentioned before. I showed last week this Notions pouch, and there's a project bag. I don't have it handy here, and there's a little matching needle minder. So it's going to be as a set, and there will be a scissor fob, a Christmassy scissor fob. So this will keep an eye out on the Etsy shop for an update for these items also. I think that's about it. Again, I'll put the link for the Etsy shop in the description box below. Three Sisters Creative is the name of it, and hopefully those items will be in there soon, today or tomorrow. And so, and again, I had posted on the Facebook group for our, for the Three Sisters Creative. This, this is also, this is a scissor fob that'll go along with that bag that I showed you. There's a little snowflake there and the Christmas beads. So this will be in the Etsy shop along with the project bag and notions pouch and this needle minder. So those will be like in the Etsy shop probably later today. And again, that's Three Sisters Creative. And there, like I said, there's a Facebook group, page. Excuse me, Facebook page for Three Sisters Creative that has a post about our November sale. And excuse me, hopefully I'll have some other thing. The needle minder I think I posted on there, and so anyway, so thanks for watching the video, and I'll be back again next week, and hopefully I'll have all the I'll have finished. I'll have that Mouse on the House finished, and we'll see. And I'll have some. Maybe I'll have some progress on the wolf and Santa Nose. Hopefully. So I will see you next week. All right. Okay. Bye.